James Gunn just revealed some insane news for the future of the DC Universe, which includes the Batman Part 2, a Teen Titans movie, 2 new animated shows, and the endgame for the DC Universe. And me and you, we gotta talk about it. All this news comes to us directly from the source, from James Gunn himself, with the biggest piece of news being that DC Studios has a plan in motion for the next 6 years already. They have set a goal to release 7 projects every single year, which includes 2 live-action films, 1 animated film, 2 shows, and 2 animated series. I don't know about you, but somewhere Bob Chapek is smiling. And the plan is for the end of that 6th year for this entire universe to culminate like Avengers Endgame. Kevin Feige was the blueprint. But let's talk about the Batman Part 2 real quick, because there was a lot of rumors going around that Robert Pattinson's Batman could be joining James Gunn's DC Universe. And I'm letting you know right now, that is not happening. James Gunn officially and definitively put a pin in that news, stating that Robert Pattinson's Batman will not be joining his DC Universe, and he doesn't see how it's even possible. But he is still fully committed to this version of Batman in its universe going forward. You know, whenever this movie eventually gets made, because we also got the news that Matt Reeves still has not turned in the script for the Batman Part 2. I'm starting to get a little nervous now. It's already been delayed a year, but I have my full faith and trust in Matt Reeves. Take your time with it, and let's all just hope and pray that this movie will be peak. But that's not all, because we're officially getting a Teen Titans movie. James Gunn confirmed that Anna Nogueira is going to be writing the script for this movie, and all I gotta say is this shit means something to me. We don't know anything about the story or who's going to be on the roster, but I'm just praying it's as peak as the animated series. Speaking of animation, we're getting the Starfire series, which is supposed to be an origin story for Starfire. It's said to be a space adventure amongst the stars, where we'll actually see her team up with Crush, Lobo's daughter. And speaking of Lobo, James Gunn said that we're not going to get our official look at Lobo for a long time. And to that I say, James, why are you so selfish? But you thought that was all? He go 2 more for you. Because we're also getting an animated My Adventures with Green Lantern series, which I'm guessing is set in the same universe as My Adventures with Superman. Only this show is set to follow Jessica Cruz. Vamos! And listen, I'm going to take whatever type of Green Lantern content we can get, because this character deserves more justice. Jessica Cruz, Kyle Rayner, Jon Stewart, it don't matter, give me more Green Lanterns. James Gunn himself is also working very closely on the script for Batman Brave and the Bold, which is going to be the Batman in his DC universe. And yes, they still got Andy Muschietti attached to direct the movie. He'll be the first one that reads the script. Let's just hope and pray he learned from the Flash disaster. A couple of projects were put on the back burner due to development issues, and that includes the Authority movie, a Waller Max series, which was supposed to be a follow-up to Peacemaker, and the Booster Gold TV series, which this one right here really hurt me. We also got an update on the Sergeant Rock movie that's going to be directed by Luca Guadagnino of all fucking people. There was a rumor that Daniel Craig could be attached to play Sergeant Rock, but that was shut down by Peter Safran and James Gunn. And Luca is actually in the casting process for Sergeant Rock. This movie is just so damn intriguing for me because we have a fucking incredible filmmaker like Luca. I'm gonna be there day one no matter what, especially if you give me G.I. Robot in this movie. But moving on to the Clayface movie, which is being written by Mike Flanagan and is gonna be directed by James Watkins. James Gunn ain't pulling no punches with this movie. It's gonna be a definitive R-rated body horror film telling the origin of Clayface. So it's basically gonna be like The Substance. But when asked if Batman could appear in this Clayface movie, James Gunn said that he does have an interest in including his DC Universe as Batman in other movies. While he did not confirm that Batman will appear in this movie, I think it would be dope as hell to see Batman as a villain, through the eyes of a villain, I should say, because I just find that whole perspective change so damn interesting. We're also getting an animated superpower series, which follows Lightning, Flash, Plastic Man, Aquagirl, Green Lantern, and Terra learning at a school headed by Principal Martian Manhunter? Charles. James Gunn played coy on if Dynamic Duo is going to be set in the DC Universe or not. Either way, I don't care. We're getting Nightwing and Red Hood back to back on the cover of Lethal Weapon. And finally, I know a lot of people made this a big deal when James Gunn posted a picture with Zack Snyder saying that Zack Snyder probably could finish his universe in James Gunn's universe or direct a project in his universe. But it turns out James only posted this picture because a lot of people pitted them against each other online, and he wanted to show that we are just friends. I love this guy. He's not my Lex Luthor. And hopefully he can direct one of those movies, James. But that's all the DC Universe news that we got today. Let me know your thoughts about everything that was announced today. What are you most excited for down in the comments below? And as always, like and follow for more.